Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped off the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe, Roger to go and get it. Never know what's gon' happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Sam and Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozy. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samaji will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.
What do we say, Dolph? They gotta play us!
That's right, y'all. They got to play us. What's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,319 subscribers. You guys killed it yesterday. I'm glad you enjoyed the highlight video. It's almost like 2,000 views, which is awesome. If I could ever get that many views on one of my live shows, like consistently, that would be great. Anyway, but if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So I got Elliot. He's from Chatterbox. He's the big Reds guy. You want to find out what the hell's going on with the Reds? Give me a super chat. Do you want to just support the show? Give me a super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? I wear it every single day. I wear it every day at practice. So I go down there. I got the orange bucket hat on, the orange shirt on, but I got the gray and black on today. But Jackpot Joey. We got the gear, we got the beer. The beer is at Brink Brewery. It's going to be canned. I'm hoping it comes out next week. We'll see, but you can go get it on draft at Brink Brewery. But if you want to get any of this stuff, go to jackpotjoey9.com. Portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and the Joe Burrow Fund. And we still have the Cornhole Tournament, which has gotten moved to October 14th. It is at Brink Brewery. They're combining that with their chili cook-off. 100%. Every single dime that they make at this goes to the Joe Burrow Foundation. So go play cornhole, eat some delicious chili, drink some award-winning beer, have great times with all your Bengal fans. So go sign up at Brink Brewery's social media pages. You can go to the brewery. They have a list there to sign up there as well. What's up to everybody in the chat? Let's see who is first. Stranger, of course, you're first. Robert's in there. Ross in there. Brad's in there. Matt, Chris, Pork Chop, my boy. Jerome's in there. Mark, why are you commenting? You're going to come on the show. Yes, we know you're coming at 6. Jeez, he's so impatient. Anyway, just kidding. Kevin, what's up, guys? Anyway, got a very special show. We got Elliot, like I said, he's from Chatterbox. A funny story. Now, I've seen him on Chatterbox, and I've followed him on Twitter and everything. So we're at Bucketheads, and if you're West Side, you know what Bucketheads is. So we're sitting there eating, and all of a sudden my son goes, I think that's Elliot from Chatterbox. I go, look at everyone. I think you're right. And I'm like, I kind of sit there and I look at my Twitter going, yeah, that's him, I think. I look at Chair and said, I'm going to go ask him. He goes, no, don't go do that because I'm not scared to go talk to anybody. My son gets a little, oh, you're going to embarrass me or whatever. So I walked up, said, I said, is this you? He goes, yeah. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Strawberry Ice. I don't think he had a clue who I was, but now he does, and he's on the show. So let's get to Elliot. What's going on, brother?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah, listen, that interaction, I rarely get recognized. So I would be, if you had to put me in the Cincinnati celebrity, if you had to give me a letter grade, I'd be what's after F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'd be G. I'd be after F list. So that's where I am on the celebrity list in Cincinnati. So when you came up to me, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Just like, who the hell is this old guy? Like, you're G. I'm the old OG. I'm the old dude. So there you go. You're the new G. I'm the OG.
That's right.
Exactly. So for everybody who, if they don't know who you are and don't know what Chatterbox is, just give a background about what Chatterbox is and what you do there.
Yeah, so Chatterbox it was started by Trace Fowler and Sean Spurlock. It's a sports media company. They're gonna do some Reds post game shows. They're gonna do a live show. Tom Brenneman, the former Reds broadcaster, he hosts a show every day from 10 to 12 on the Chatterbox YouTube account. And we got a lot of exciting things coming up regarding, the Bengals. Obviously, a big season for the Bengals. We got Bearcat stuff. We got Xavier coming up. We got a ton of stuff coming up at Chatterbox. It's just a fun play. Honestly, we're just hanging out. We're talking sports. That's what it is.
Absolutely, it's fun. I've watched Tom a lot. I actually had him on the show last year. He was kind enough to join me, and I told him, I was like, I don't always get to watch the show because I work nights, so I'm usually sleeping when he's on. But I listen to the podcast later on. But I listen. I love the post game Chatterbox Reds.
Yes,
post game that you guys do is amazing. I listen to that a lot. Here lately, to be honest, they've been pissing me off. So
it's brutal. It's brutal.
I haven't listened as much as I have been. Well, let's get into what the hell's going on with the Reds. Why in the hell, in your opinion, is Ellie De La Cruz still freaking leading off? He's striking out like crazy. The point of leadoff hitter is to get on base. Ellie can't get on base. They put him up there to see fastballs. He's literally not seeing fastballs. Why is he still leading off, Elliot?
Yeah, that's the crazy part too. Is he's just expecting a fastball to come. It's all breaking balls. It's all sliders. It's all changeups. And at this point, no one's going to give him a fastball. It's just going to be the dirt pitch because he's swinging at it. I have been saying this for about 2 weeks now. Ellie needs to be moved to maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 in the lineup. He's a great player. He's young. This is something that's going to happen with all these young guys. The issue is, as you continue to do this, I'm worried you're going to hurt his confidence. I'm worried you're going to hurt him as a player. His at-bats, the quality of his at-bats have gone down drastically. I mean, like you said, I mean, these at-bats aren't lasting, 6 pitches, 7 pitches. He's striking out on 3 pitches, right? I mean, it's just dirt swings, dirt balls that he's swinging at. And it sucks because he's so good. And again, I'm not worried about him. I'm just hoping David Bell makes the right call. It's something that happened with Jonathan India earlier, right? Mm-hmm. Jonathan India was batting phenomenally in the leadoff spot. He was having good quality at bats there. He wasn't swinging at the dirt balls, at the dirt pitches. He's having good quality at bats. He was getting on base at a high clip. They moved him down to, I think, 4 or 5. They moved him down to the 3 spot. They moved him down to 6. It's you have to keep these guys at a consistent rhythm. And I think what's happening was Ellie was struggling. So it's like, all right, let's shake it up. But when you do that, you have to keep him at the same quality he was having before you move him. And that's not what happened here.
Right. And I mean, I understood the move at first, trying to get him up there, trying to get him more faster. I get it. It's not working. I mean, it's been damn near a month or more that he's still having him leading off. And I'm like, I don't get it. And Jonathan India, like, he was doing great at leadoff. Why move him? I mean, he still went down to 3rd and he struggled. So hopefully Jonathan India will be back tomorrow. From what I've heard, he's supposed to be back. Hopefully David Bell come to his senses, put India at leadoff. I would say leadoff India, Friedel 2nd, Matt McLean 3rd. Then you can put Ellie or Steer. That's just more of a normal lineup. That's closer to what a lineup they had that he was pretty much putting out on a consistent basis when we won 12 in a row, yes, he did move some people, but it wasn't this up and down like he's doing now. It's just it's awesome. If you have TJ or you have India at leading off and they have Will Benson at 9, that to me, that's perfect. The opposite ends of the batting order. So they keep the rotation rolling. And and I'm not blaming everything on the batting order because the offenses went south, but I do think it has something to do with it because Elliot, in June, July, we can hit the cover off the ball. I mean, and right now, like you said, we're not the entire team, not just Elliot, or not just you're Elliot, not just Ellie. Sorry, we're not taking consistent at bats. We're swinging too much. We used to have 5, 6, 7, 8 pitch at bats. Now it's 3, maybe 4. If we're lucky, 5. I mean, what is? Do you think it's a lineup? Is the pressure getting to them? Why is the offense went south so much?
Well, I think in what you're seeing now, and I said it earlier this week, it's regression, right? This team was projected by Las Vegas to win 64 games. Now that wasn't factoring in Elliot, it wasn't factoring in Matt McClain, it wasn't factoring in Andrew Abbott, it wasn't factoring in the rookies, and they've played phenomenally up until this point. But when Las Vegas sets a number like that at 64, you're going to be hard pressed to find a team, a franchise, anything that passes that number by like 100 games, right? If the Reds won 100 games in the total 64, that's unheard of, right? And not saying Vegas knows everything. It's sports or sports. It's the best drama in the world. You can't predict it. But at the end of the day, you are seeing the regression. You're seeing some of the issues that were predicted at the beginning of the year. Right now, we don't have Jake Fraley. He's hurt. Will Benson's hurt right now. Right. And the Reds don't have the depth. Nick Senzel, I say this with love and respect, he's not good enough.
Why does he love Kevin Newman so much? I don't know.
Kevin Newman, well, here's what it is, Jeff. It's the analytics people. And this is how baseball is now. Everybody's seen the movie Moneyball. Everybody's seen the movie Moneyball, but it truly is how the game works. So when you see Kevin Newman, all right, he's hitting 320 against the lefty, he's going to go in against the lefty. It's same thing with Nick Senzel, right?
But they're not right now.
and that's the issue of it. Right. That's the issue of it is when they don't hit against lefties, which is their only role on the team. They're not that good defensively. They're okay defensively, right? They're serviceable, but they're there to hit lefties. And when you're not doing that, you're going to see a team that struggles. And that's what you're seeing with the Reds right now. And like you said, during the hot stretch in June, it was like you were scoring 7, 8 runs a game. And now that's down to like 2 to 3. Right. You can't win games with this roster and this pitching staff. When you're scoring 2 runs a game, it just won't happen. The roster wasn't built that way.
Yeah. And one other thing that, I mean, like I said, I've been a critic of David, but I think he's done a good job this year. I do, but he just does stuff that just drives me absolutely insane. Like, why the hell is he putting Nick Senzel at third base and Steer in left? Nick Senzel has played the outfield way more than Steer has. I think Nick Senzel could play a good third base. I know he had the injuries or the errors the other week.
Yeah,
but he's a better outfielder than Steer is. Why in the hell are you putting a guy out there in left field who volunteered to play the outfield, hadn't played the outfield until this year? And put Senzel, who played but the majority of his major league career has been in the outfield. I just don't get that. He just does.
Well, I think it's more of a testament, and you're right. You're right. Middle infielders playing the outfield. You've seen it with Jose Barrero. It just doesn't work, right? They're not comfortable out there, and you see that. The issue with this team was that Spencer Steer was too good not to play.
Oh,
that's where the problem was. And if you look at the infield, but then you look at the outfield, right? So if you put Spencer Steer at third, you have Matt McClain at short, you have Elliot short, Matt McClain at second, and at this point it would be Encarnacion Strand at first base. At left field, it would have to be Benson, Fraley, or Friedel. Friedel's getting at bats every time. Benson should be getting at bats every time, and so should Fraley. I don't think at that point you would keep Nick Senzel in the outfield unless it's of course a lefty. But to your point, I don't know why middle infielders are out there playing in the outfield.
Well, I'm just saying if it's a lefty, you'll play Nick Senzel. I would put him in left field and put Steer at third. If you're going to play Nick Senzel because of lefty, which I get, but he's not hitting to you. But that just drives me up for defensive purposes. I would put Steer at third and put Nick Senzel at left. I don't know.
It's almost annoying. Well, it's one of those things where the MLB openly disrespects that left field position. I think Adam Dunn played left field a couple times. They put basically the most unathletic person. Jesse Winker was a Red for a long time, was one of the worst defenders I've ever seen. And he played out there. He trotted out there in left field. He wasn't good, but that's just where you have to play him.
Right.
Spencer Steer, I don't know. He's not a great defender, but God love him. He's trying his best wherever they put him. He's played every position.
Honestly, he's played pretty damn good wherever they put him. I personally think first base is his best defensive position. I think he does good at third. Apparently, he can play second too, because when India went out, he's at second. I didn't know he could play seconds. I mean, you put him wherever you put him, he's going to play good at it. It seems like defensively. So the Reds did not do it. Well, I won't say didn't do anything. They did do something. They got one relief pitcher at the trade deadline. Jared Lorenzen, former Red, pitched a no-hitter last night, and I don't know if Phillies gave up one minor leaguer for him. We probably could have given up one minor leaguer, not our top guys, to go get him. And that one, because we were talking about, this is a talking subject at work today, like, well, should we have traded for him? Like, hell yeah, we should have traded for him. I wanted to trade for him at the trade deadline, and it didn't cost the Phillies that much. Did the Reds drop the ball here on not going out and getting another starting pitcher? Because let's be honest, the starting pitching, it was held together by glue and duct tape. Yeah, it's kind of starting to come unraveled right now. So I think the not making a deal is kind of hurting them now.
So I have two things to say. Number one, I was against this. So when the rebuild started, when they tore down that team from 2021, they traded Winker, they traded Suarez, they traded Malley, Castillo, they traded the team, they ripped it apart, tore it to shreds. They devoted this plan where they're going to go full prospect. They're going to go full prospect. I hate that. I personally am not a prospect guy. At some point, you have to spend money. When you look at the Final Four teams, when you look at the NLCS, the ALCS, these are teams that have spent money, right? These are teams that aren't just homegrown people. You have to eventually spend money. The Reds have proven that they've been unwilling to do that. That's the part that's frustrating. Now, what I've been proven wrong is this team has come out and they've shattered their 64 win total projection, right? They've come out and done phenomenally using the prospect method. So I kind of have to step back and be like, all right, clearly they're doing something right. Do I think Michael Lorenzen would have helped this team? 1,000,000% yes. But at the end of the day, when you're losing 16-4 and 20-7 to the Cubs on back-to-back days, I was there in Chicago for that game. When you're giving up 38 runs in a span of 2 days with 10 errors in the week, right. Jeff, at some point, it's like you're going to have to give up everybody for what you want, and it's just not going to happen. So do I think Michael Lorenzen helps? 100%. Do I think Nick Krall might have dropped the ball by not getting any help other than Sam Moll, the left-handed reliever? Maybe. But at the end of the day, that's not fixing the offense. That's not fixing the atrocious defense you're seeing. Mm-hmm. It's not fixing the lack of depth we have. We have still guys coming back from injury. Hunter Green's coming back August 20th. We got Vladimir Gutierrez, TJ Antone. These guys are coming back August. Nick Lodolo, supposedly, I don't know, depending on how long this horrible stretch last year, he might not come back, but he's projected in August. So I think that's with combining that with sticking with the method and looking at the glaring holes, I'm going to say no. Nick Krall didn't drop the ball. He trusted his own process. Is it going to work? We're going to find out. But as of right now, I'm not in the panic mode. If you're looking at this team right now, does this team look like a World Series team with Michael Lorenzen on it? No.
No, I mean, I don't think, like I said, and that's what I've tried to tell everybody who watches the show. I was like, I've kind of compared this season to the 2021 season for the Cincinnati Bengals. I said, enjoy this. Because during the season, I'm like, I had no idea we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. You know, I'm like, just enjoy this because this doesn't happen very often. I keep telling, and I'm telling myself this too because I'm getting irritated. Enjoy what we've had this summer because it's awesome. And I've never seen 5 guys come up as rookies and play as good as they have. And we got more of them behind it. So, I thought we were going to lose 100 games.
So did I.
I thought we were going to be awful. I mean, I looked at the open day roster. I'm like, I said, the only thing really, I was talking about my son Chandler, said, the only thing really to look at this year is how good does Lodolo, Green, and Ashcraft, how do those 3 look this year? That was my whole thing going into this year.
Same with me.
Yeah. So, and well, they've been hurt most of the Ashcraft is coming back and he pitched actually really well the other day. Yeah. I mean, and so, I mean, he's bounced back. Good.
It's funny how the projections from last year have just been absolutely evaporated. You come into this year, you think the bullpen's going to be terrible, but hey, we got Hunter Green, we got Graham Ashcraft, we got Nick Lodolo. Graham Ashcraft was the worst pitcher in baseball for a month and a half stretch. Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo injured. You look at Jonathan India and Tyler Stevenson; those were the 2 staples of the future, right? These are guys that you're going to have the names on the jerseys and on a Reds jersey for 10 years plus. Those guys now seem to be irrelevant. So. You look at the future from last year and you look at where we are today, I'd argue we were significantly better, and thank God for that. But it's so crazy. Baseball is such a crazy sport with this stuff. And it's like whatever you think is possible, it'll just be flipped around on you and it'll just be changed completely. And that's what you're seeing right now with the Reds.
That's what I love about baseball. It's the most inconsistent, consistent
Yep.
thing ever.
Yep.
I mean, you literally try to take a round bat to hit a round ball.
That's right.
That explains it right there. It's almost impossible to do it. But so let's get into Jonathan India and Tyler Stevenson.
Yeah.
Like you said, you thought they'd be staples on this team. There's part of me that they might not be on this team next year. I mean, I because with the infield, I think if oh crud, the kid it's the AAA, the
Chucky
shortstop.
Robinson. Shorts. Noelvi Marte.
Yeah, Marte. If Marte comes up, he's your third baseman, shortstop, or Ellie, one of those two third or short. Matty Bats at second.
Yep.
CES or Votto, which I think they're going to. I think Votto's coming back. But
Really?
CES, I don't know. I just have not for a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, but CES, CES your first baseman. That I think is the future infield for the Cincinnati Reds next year. Where does that leave Jonathan India? Catching wise, Tyler Stevenson, he isn't as that good of a defensive catcher. We've never thought that. It was more for his bat. His bat really hasn't come around this year. There are guys down in the minors that are pushing, knocking the door down. Do you think they both will be on the Reds next year, or they might move on from them?
They both will be on the Reds to start the season.
Okay.
I don't know if both of them will be there after the trade deadline next season. Tyler Stevenson, to me, and you've in this fan base, by the way, has absolutely crucified Jonathan India the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've torn this guy down to shreds. Is it rightfully so? He hasn't been playing great defensively, and he hasn't been great offensively. I blame part of that a little bit on changing the lineup every day, where he didn't get to stay in a consistent spot all season. But yeah, to your point, I don't think those guys will be here after the trade deadline next year. The catching position's so weird though, because there's so much value on a catcher, right? Even the worst hitters. I'm talking about Austin Nola. That catcher is hitting .98 and he plays the whole year because he's great defensively. Tyler Stevenson, like you said, he's not great defensively. He's been atrocious defensively. He doesn't know how to frame pitches. And on top of that, he's a slap hitter. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to slap the ball around, I mean, he has okay power for a catcher. He has okay power.
We thought it'd be more. We thought by this time he'd be more of a power hitter than he actually is.
Correct. And you thought he'd be more efficient at hitting at this point. It just hasn't come around. Maybe again, that's because of the inconsistent play. The Reds have 3 catchers on the active roster. It's embarrassing. It shouldn't happen. Kirk Casale just has no business on a major league roster.
He's not even playing.
No, he's hurt, and he's going to be hurt until the end of the year. I mean, there's no reason for him to play. Luke Maley was supposed to be cut before the year, but God love him, he's been honestly the best catcher on the team. So if you had to ask me right now, would Jonathan India be here at the end of next trade deadline? I'd say no. I would say he's gone. Tyler Stevenson's a different story. I would say Tyler is here just because it's so hard to replenish the catcher well. Chucky Robinson is a catcher down in AAA. Yes. Mm-hmm. A lot of baseball, the hardos, the purists, they don't like Chucky. They think he can't hit at the major league level. He's an older catcher, right. Late 20s. So they don't really believe in him. I would say give him a chance at this point. It can't really get worse than our current situation. That's right. The rosters are going to expand here in September, so that's going to help. But no, I don't think Tyler Stevenson, I don't think Jonathan India will be here after the deadline.
So let's go to the comment I had about I think Votto will be here next year.
Yeah.
The reason I think Votto will be here next year is 1, I think he wants to play again. 2, I think the Castellinis want him to retire a Red. 3, I think he'll take less money to stay here. I think he wants to be a part of this team. And give David Buck credit. There are times where he plays him more than he should, but he's still not playing him every single day.
Yep.
So I do think he's playing him at the right time. And I like Votto's approach right now. He's not the on base guy he used to be. He's not the bat area guy. He's just trying to provide power, and I think that's where he's at in his career. So, so in your opinion, do you think they bring Votto back next year?
I think they're going to do. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where I don't know if you remember Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos, when his contract was up, right? There was an option, a player option. The Reds elected to not even talk to him.
Yeah, I think. Trust me, I know. I remember.
I hated it.
I love Nick Castellanos. I got his jersey around here somewhere.
He was one of my favorite players in such a short period of time. But I do think they're going to talk to Joey Votto. They're going to see what he wants to do with how good this team is going to be next season. And I do think this is going to be a World Series contending team next season. I think they're going to talk to Votto. They're going to say, listen, we're not going to pay you a lot. You're going to come off the bench strictly, because with Christian Encarnacion Strand, he's not going to be an everyday player. But against a right-handed pitcher, he's going to have that power ability. Like it's going to be the Adam Dunn, right? He's going to be a new Adam Dunn.
Mhm.
He's just going to try to hit for power. And that's it. I think there is a role for him if he's going to hit that way. I don't care about his average. I don't care about his OBP. I know baseball purists are going to love that. But you look at Max Muncy out in LA, the guy's, I think he has 30 home runs. He's hitting 185. It's the way baseball has changed completely with that. The strikeouts don't matter anymore. If you strike out, right, it doesn't really matter a whole lot anymore.
For an old guy like me, that sucks. I drive me freaking nuts.
No, trust me, I get it. I get it. But I do think they're going to talk to Joey Votto. But at the end, I don't think they're going to pay. I don't think they're paying Joey Votto. I don't think Joey Votto will be back. I think this is your last season of Joseph Daniel Votto at first base.
We'll find out. Now, getting to the offseason, you said you think this is going to be a World Series caliber team. I agree with you to a certain extent. It depends on what the front office does. Meaning they have to freaking do something. And actually, a lot of something. You need to get some veteran starting pitchers in here. It's basically just pitching. A veteran starting pitcher, some more relief pitchers. You got to get veteran guys in here that can be more consistent. They have to. You know, that's I don't think they need to add any. I mean, some bench, improve the bench too, obviously. But they have to do something this year in the offseason, or we're going to be in the same position we are this year, which isn't awful, but it's, barely making the playoffs or not at all.
I agree 1,000,000%. If they do nothing, if they don't sign, if Nick Krall goes out and says, you know what, we're good as it is, I take back my statement. It's not a World Series contending team.
Right.
I do think they're going to. The issue with the trade deadline is teams know you're desperate, right?
Yeah.
Teams know you're desperate when you're looking for Michael Lorenzen. So they're going to ask for a ton more than what you want to give.
Especially when you have a lot.
Correct. And teams know this. They know how good our farm system is right now. They're going to ask for Noelvi Marte. They're going to ask for Christian Encarnacion Strand. They're going to ask for guys you don't want to give up right now for a team that you still are unsure of what they are, because we don't know what this current team is this season. This offseason, I would bet they are going to go out. They're going to get a very good starting pitcher. They're going to get several bullpen arms, and they're going to get, I would venture to say, one or two very decent bats. I project one right-handed outfielder, because we need that desperately. I can't watch Nick Senzel and Stuart Fairchild any longer. I can't do it.
Wait, Stuart Fairchild got a Little League inside the park home run last night. Come on.
Stuart Fairchild's a bum. I mean, he's just a bum. My God.
I hope my son Chandler's watching this, because he loves Stuart Fairchild.
Listen, he's a nice guy. He's come up and he's done his role well. He's an okay player, but he's a AAA player. Right. He's not a major league ball player.
No, I agree with
and that's okay to say, right? It's just he can go play for Oakland and whatever circus they've got over there when they move to Las Vegas. But when we're competing for a team, I can't have Stuart Fairchild running out there taking meaningful at bats. This can't happen.
Exactly. Now, were you surprised that David Bell got a contract extension?
No. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I think the clubhouse loves him. I think he fights for this team. And again, I hate to keep bringing up the win projection, but I think it's so interesting. 64 wins, right? They're going to crush that total. The Reds, whether or not they make the playoffs, they're crushing that number. David Bell instituted the Big Red Platoon, right? And despite what me and you think about, certain guys hitting against lefties, righties, Nick Senzel taking meaningful at-bats, it has worked. Yep. It worked for a long period of time, and it got this team to a position. It got this city to a position where everybody's excited about Reds baseball. That was David Bell. Yep. I don't agree with every decision David Bell makes. A lot of the fan base hates David Bell. I get it. You don't like certain pitchers coming in when there's 2 outs.
At least let them finish the three outs.
That's a big sticking point. I get it. I understand it. But this team would not be where they are right now without David Bell. Take a look at. It's just true. 64 wins, right? And they're going to probably win around 85 games this year. Mm-hmm. That's David Bell. David Bell has to be included in the good times if you're going to blame him too.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with you. Because I think David Bell, like I said, his managerial decisions drive me nuts. But in this age of baseball, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the manager doesn't matter. What about his manager decision? What actually matters more is the culture he creates in the locker room and how the guys want to play for him. And he has done that 1,000%.
And I know you're a Bengals fan. I'm a Bengals fan too. One of my most criticized people, if you look at my Twitter, it's Zach Taylor. But the reason everybody loves Zach Taylor is for the same exact reason. He has brought such a good culture to the Cincinnati Bengals. The players love him. The team wins under him. I don't love his play calls. I don't love some of the shuffle passes he does on third down at the goal line. I don't love it. I don't love it. But guess what? He's instituted a culture here where the players respect him, where the fans get to see wins. So at some point, that part matters more than the other part. So
I agree with you.
You just have to weigh. You just have to weigh what you want as a franchise. And at this point, I want a good culture opposed to a guy who's going to come in and decide whatever all the time. Right.
Right. That's more. I think that's more important is the culture, especially for 162 games and 17 game season in the NFL and play all that stuff. Because you guys they're around each other more than they're around their own family. So
100%.
If you hate going there and you don't like being around each other, you're probably not going to win. So anyway, Elliot, you've been on for 30 minutes. I appreciate it. We're going to have to do this again sometime.
Absolutely.
You guys ever want me on Chatterbox, as a backup guy or anything like that? Just give me a call. Tell Trace, give me a call.
I'll give you a call. All right. Thank you so much for having me, man. This was awesome, dude.
No problem. Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
You too. All right, guys. Like I said, go follow Elliot. He's awesome. Go follow Chatterbox Sports. They do a great job. Tom Brenneman's on there, and like I said, Chase and all these guys do an awesome job for the Reds post-game show. I listen to it all the time. It's a blast. Anyway, we're going to switch here into Bengals mode. I was down at practice, joint practice. Bengals didn't get too high, didn't get too low. That's a shot for Tony Pike. Joint practice, had a little fight, had some fun. Mark was down there. He's a crazy man. Let's get to Mark, third down guy. What's up, brother?
How we doing, Jeff? How we doing, Strawberry Eyes?
Good, man. I'm ready for freaking football tomorrow. I mean, I know it's not like it's football. It's not real football, but we're going to be in the jungle. We're going to be back home.
Yes. And that's the great part. It's football, it's no matter what, it's preseason, all that stuff. It's just being at the stadium with people who we love, who we not got to see since, last season, all that stuff. Last time we watched a football game, watch a bingo was the AFC Championship at Kansas City.
Thanks for reminding me. I know. I know. You were there.
I know. Hey, me and Chris Neese, we was up in the rooftop. We literally was in the nosebleeds. But hey, the V wasn't that bad actually. It was, wasn't that bad. But I'm looking for a backup. See who will rise up and challenge if we have injury. Hope to God we don't have no injury. And then we're playing. Because everybody's think that Joe Burrow might even not start week 1, which hey, that's okay.
He's starting. He's going to play week 1. He's going to play.
But I hope so too and all that stuff. But if we're not, let's don't rush him back and all that stuff. But Jamar Chase, he made joke he might not be back till week 5, which got the news people all crazy. And they asked Zach Taylor when is the timetable, but let's just take our time. Hopefully he's 100%, and all that stuff. I want him to be the 100%, all that stuff. But I think we can beat the Cleveland Browns without him. Baltimore, I think we still, but I'd rather have him ready for week 2 against Baltimore. But hey, you know what? I think he will be back week 1. I think he's gonna fire all cylinders in week 1 against the Browns and all that stuff. I'm looking for it.
I every time I heard it was a calf strain. I think it's gotten so blown out of proportion. I think he's going to play week 1. Honestly, I think he's going to practice the last week of training camp. So good seeing you too. Did you? Yeah, you saw her there, Andrea. There. Oh, Mark's frozen. I was sitting there talking to Mark, and he's frozen. Andrea, I put Andrea's comments on, and Mark just froze. So he's. So anyway, yes, I think Joe Burrow is going to play Monday. Excuse me, not Monday. Let me get Mark out of here. Hopefully he can fix his internet. I think Joe Burrow will play the first game of the season. I think he's going to practice the last week of training camp. Look, it's a strained calf. Sam Hubbard had the same thing during the season last year, and he only missed 2 weeks. Now, I don't think Burrow is going to miss any time. Honestly, we saw him walking around yesterday. Yeah, he's got a big sleeve all up and down his leg. There was no limp. He drove out in the golf cart. He got out of the golf cart perfectly fine. He stood for 2 hours the whole time. Didn't limp, didn't do anything. I really think, honestly, if it was week 1 this week, I think he could play this week. I don't think he's going to. I think they're going to hold him back, which I agree with. I completely agree with holding Joe back. This whole calf gate is getting a little blown out of proportion, I think.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. Some reason my Wi-Fi kick out. Well, I'm not at my house. I'm at my friend's house.
I put up Andrea's comment and you froze, so I blamed her.
Yeah, so no, it's all good. And all that stuff. I took the Wi-Fi off and all that stuff, but yeah, I mean, tomorrow I'm ready for football. Like I'm ready to see a second string. See how they do. Cause at practice, you see most of the first starters are getting a lot of repetition, but the second string, third string, fourth string, that's when they shine during the preseason. All that stuff. That's when the eye of the camera don't lie. See how they they've been paying attention, in class. They've been reading assignment. They've been reading like what the opponent do and all that stuff. Because you see that joint practice, our first defense is they was lights out killing the offense.
Let's talk about that a little bit because where we were standing, we could pretty much just see the defense. We couldn't see the offense unless you got to go stand up on the bridge or whatever. But Trey Henderson got to him twice. I thought the DBs looked good. DJ Turner, I was really impressed with him. Him and Juice combined for a stop, which I had that on my video, which I tweeted the video out and of that. I said Juice and Mike Hilton combined for a stop. And somebody goes, "Oh, that's Turner." I'm like, "Oh, it's 20 instead of 21." I'm like, crap! So I had to delete the tweet. I'm like,
it's all good.
I'm like, But anyway, I think the defenses looked really well. I wish I could have saw something from Miles Murphy yesterday. Did you get a chance to see him at all? Because I know they moved him around a lot, but I didn't get a chance to watch him that much.
Well, I think they're going to use him a lot. They're going to put him in DN. I think nose tackle when it's third down, they know the team's going to pass. I think this guy, he is a person you can put him anywhere. Mm-hmm. You can even put him outside linebacker. I saw him one time. He was lining up like a DN, kind of slash like outside linebacker, and he came out in zone coverage on that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to use him a lot. Like you guys got a guy like, hey, we drafted him in the first round. Yeah, he might not be a starter because we got Trey Hicks and Sam Hubbard, but he will be a guy we'll see a lot of snap. Not even just a DN. I think they're just going to move him around. Like he's like an athlete. He's like an athlete. He's not just a DN. You can like if Bingo ever played like a 3-4 defense, I can see him playing outside linebacker. But I'm glad we play a 4-3 defense and all that stuff. So yeah,
exactly. I think he's going to be a lot like Sam. Sam plays inside, outside, and Sam drops.
Yeah,
and your rushers are going to be Joseph Osai and Trey Henderson. And that's where. And I've said this before, Mark, on here that everybody's excited about the NASCAR package. Put all 4 of them out there. I think they're all 4 are going to be out there more than we think. Now, I preface that because I do think they are – actually, I know they're going to take less snaps from Sam and Trey because they got wore out by the end of the season and by the end of the game. They need less snaps. That's why Joseph Osai is going to get starter snaps. I think Miles Murphy might get starter snaps because they're going to be moving those guys in and out. But we have a very good chance of having a very good pass rush this year, I think, compared to last year because we – sacks and all that stuff. It was a 30th ranked pass rush, I think, but we did have a lot of pressures. Pass rush and pressure different. I think we have a better shot of getting more pressures and stuff this year, and that's going to help the DBs. With this secondary, I love the DBs. Like I said, the safeties, I think we're going to be good, but replacing Bell and Bates is going to be hard. I think we're going to be good, but these DBs we got, I'm really impressed with them. They are really freaking fast.
Right. Well, that is my concern, safety, because you are replacing Von Bell, which I was sad Von Bell left. Jason Bates, he got his money. Falcons. I mean, off the blank, he got money like everywhere, so that's why he paid the man and all that stuff. But Von Bell, that was the big hurt we lost. But hey, look, we have young guys. We drafted Dexter Hill. We got. Other safety and all that. But that is the key on defense. Who's going to be our 2 starting safety and all that stuff, Because like I say, our secondary is just nasty. We got Cheetah come back. We got, Cam Taylor, who did phenomenal, who stepped up the plate. No, that's why he was a second-round pick last year, because we see so much potential and all that. So that's why we didn't see sign Eli Apple back, because Cam just showed that, hey, I'm a starter here, I'm the future of you guys and all that stuff. And, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Eli Apple, he did have some good games, and sometimes, he got burned. Sometimes he shut down people. But, I mean, our secondary is just nasty. If we just get our safety and they just come and hit people in the mouth, be like old time sake, like Sean Taylor's and all that stuff, that'd be great, all that stuff, And I mean, yes, the secondary is great and all that stuff. It's the safety is my concern, but I think we'll be okay with it because we got Lou. He's the mad sign of different coordinators and all that stuff. He will put them guys in the right place, and he will figure out who's the two safeties and all that stuff.
Speaking of Cheeto, he's going to start game one. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen him run around, no limp, no knee brace. I mean, he was running around like he never had knee surgery back in May when minicamp started. We started seeing him. Now they're taking it slow with him, which again, I think we should. But I think he's going to be out there game one. Again, it might be one that again, like I said, while you were freezing up. I think Joe Burrow, Jackpot's going to start game one. I think he's going to start practicing the last week of training camp. I think the same thing with because they got to get there at least practice. They're not going to play. I don't think either one of them are going to play in the preseason. But I think
Joe.
Last week,
yeah, Joe Burrow, you won't see him in the preseason. After that calf injury, you won't see him at all. And all that. So, which
in the preseason anyway, to be honest.
Well, I think you got to have some solid play covered series. Just get the body, just get the mindset of a game situation, all that stuff. Yeah, like joint passes is great. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I used to play football and that stuff. You got to have that game mindset, and get your body ready for it, because we see it last year with week one Steelers. We look sloppy. Like our defense kept us game. I mean, we should have won that game no matter what. We should have won the game. But, I mean, our offense looked sloppy. But I think the starters, linemen, get them some snap, then after that, take them out, get the backup ends and all that stuff. So just play some of the starters, maybe a series, maybe one quarter, then take them out and all that stuff. Like I say, let the guys who trying to fight for a job and try to be on this 53-man roster and all that stuff. So my thinking is just let the starter play a little bit snap, just get that body game, just get that game mode mind on it. Because the physical they're ready, but mentally get them in game mode and all that stuff.
And Andre says, I think we see a lot more of Dax this year too. And I've said this there and Dale doesn't want to hear this, but I think Dax, with his versatility of moving in the slot and be able to play different positions, I think they're going to move him around. That's just my opinion. And I do agree with the Hunter. Yeah, I think Cheeto. I think he'll play. Yeah, week one. I do think. Yeah, it could be limited. Again, they got to bring him back slowly. So, but that's the good thing with the depth that we have at cornerback. These guys, I think we're going to be pretty solid there. Because let's be honest, on my video, there was a couple times that they got beat. But most time yesterday, the DBs did not get beat yesterday. It was pretty much they were locking them down. That's why the Jag from Green Bay got ticked off at DJ and started a fight because they were getting frustrated. They couldn't do anything.
Right. Exactly. And that's one. And DJ Reed, I even told some people, Bengals thing, we got to give him a contract. We cannot let him go. We can't because that man is just a beast.
You're talking my alley. DJ is he's probably my favorite defensive player. When we don't have him, I say he's the straw that stirs the drink. When we don't have him, our run defense sucks. It's nowhere close.
Oh yeah,
they've got to figure out how to sign him.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I think they will and all that stuff. And we can't let him go, because he is a big force and all that stuff. That Tennessee Titans game, he told Henry's come, you're not gonna, he talking smack. I mean, and we shut down, Derrick Henry. I was at that game and he just set the tone early in that game and all that stuff. I mean, the whole team did and all that stuff. Yeah, but DJ Reed, we can't let him go. No. Logan Wilson, that was a great signing. I mean, a third round linebacker, probably a top 10 linebacker, which he is phenomenal and all that stuff. It made big plays, during the AFC division. He got that picks, and we marched right downfield, kicked game-winning field goal. And during the Super Bowl, they call that bullcrap PI penalty, which it was a textbook how to defend a receivers and all that stuff, and which even Colin Coward would say, out of all the penalty you missed, you called that and all that
Right.
stuff. And Logan Wilson, that was a great signing. Like all that stuff. And like I say, DJ Reed, that's the guy we need. I mean, we got so many people. We got DJ Reed, we got T. Higgins. We got to figure out his contract. And Jamal Chase and Joe Bud, we're gonna sign them guys back. And just how much money really take and all that stuff. Are they gonna? I think Joe Bud not gonna take the big money. I think he's gonna try to share the wealth and all that stuff. Try to keep T. Higgins.
Well, the thing is that 2020 draft is a franchise-defining draft.
Mm-hmm.
You got Joe Burrow, you got T. Higgins, and you got Logan Wilson. First, second, third round. That you can't get any better than that. that was phenomenal. Now,
well, it's like this. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to try to get the Hunter's thing here. He said, "Do you think we'll see Turner at all week one?" I mean, DJ Turner. That's a good question. It just depends on.
Right.
It's too right now for me. It's too early because all the DBs are playing so good. It's hard to define of who is going to get the snaps, and then it depends on how much they let Cheeto play. If it's like you think that he's going to get limited snaps, then all right, who's your backup? And right now, I don't know because they all look so good to me. Even Allen has been looking good to me. So it's such a big competition in that room right now. To me, it's hard to tell you, all right, this guy's going to play over this guy, or this guy's going to play over this guy, because they're all playing, in my opinion, really well.
Right, exactly. And you know what? And we'll find out tomorrow how DJ Turner do good and all that stuff. That's why we have preseason. I know people say get rid of preseason. No, don't get rid of it. Keep them. And I like they make it 3 games and all that stuff because they add another season to a regular game and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll see how DJ do good the next 3 games we have preseason and all that stuff. And we will be in person, see how they do. And like I say, I'm looking forward to how our secondary and all that stuff. And but what about
the thing I'm going to be watching tomorrow night is the secondary. The secondary, and I want to see Yoshi. I want to see Chuck Sizzle. But secondary, I want to see like another one. Hunter Green. Hunter here says Sidney Jones, Ivy, all these guys that have played, good in practice. I want to see if that translates, in a real game. Which I mean, it is a real game. It's because especially for these rookies, these guys are trying to make the team. This is important for them. This means, this is make or break. The 1 or 2 plays, you're either going to make the roster or you're not. So, to me, that's where my eyesight's going to go, which I mean, it was yesterday because the defense was in front of us. But to watch, I want to see the secondary. I want to see how these guys compete and how they play because they're fast as hell, Mark. I mean, this got to be one of the. I would love to know. This is something I should do for Jay Morris. For Jay's got stats. What's the fastest team in Bengals history? Because this has got to be close to one of them. I might have to tweet him out and ask him.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you too. Cause I think I saw somebody post on Facebook. I think everybody is 4.5 the 40 dash and under, and that's just amazing. Like you never see that, and and that's good because we're gonna have guys who go flying the ball. Like they might be 15 yards away from the guy, and then when the quarterback forward, boom. That's that speed coming on that stuff. That's why they do combine. They move the hips on that stuff. They have good hips. They can turn all that stuff. But I mean, it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have a secondary just flying the ball everywhere and all that stuff. And you know what?
In the right spots.
Yes, exactly. And in this year, I think our corner's gonna get a lot of intercepted because last year our corners really didn't get a lot of intercepted.
Safety's
but
got
it's
more
gonna
last year.
Oh yeah, exactly. But hey, that's great. But I think this year our corners just gonna be picking balls left and right out of out of the air and all that stuff, and that's the great thing. That's what we need, and that's what we're gonna win a lot of games. Turnover from pick the ball off and all that stuff. And I mean, like I say, I'm looking for a secondary just come flying everywhere and all that stuff.
Yeah, Lawrence here says T. Higgins got to be on this team too. He starts the team winning with this draft.
Yeah,
and look. I'm with you. I think they're going to sign Burrow. Is Burrow going to take less money? Which is something I tweeted out a week ago tomorrow after they signed Logan Wilson. Like maybe Joe's waiting until they sign everybody else, and then he's going to figure out how much money they got left and all that stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. The thing that scares me, but okay, I'll put it this way. I think they've got a lot of the contract worked out. That's why they can sign these guys. Because if they had no idea, they wouldn't have signed Trey Henderson. They wouldn't have signed Logan Wilson. They wouldn't have done that because they didn't know how much money was allotted to Joe. They have a pretty good idea of how much money is allotted to Joe, and I think how much is allotted to T. I'm just worried about T. That's the one that I'm getting more worried about because we got 3 weeks until the first game. Once the season starts, they're not. I don't think they're going to be negotiating anymore. Now, bad thing for T is, they can tag him and do the same thing for what they did with Jesse Bates and keep him a year.
Right.
They may do that. They may not. I don't know. David Mulligetta is his agent. They have never worked out a contract with David Mulligetta.
Yep.
So, and the thing is, so there's 3 guys for me that needed to be signed. Obviously, Jackpot, T's the other one, and DJ. Those are the 3 guys in my mind we need to sign. I love Cheeto. I would love to keep him, but I don't think we can. I think it's why we drafted all these DBs to replace him.
Exactly. I agree with you 100% and all that stuff. It just he's good, but he's getting a little bit older now and all that stuff. He's been around the league for a while, but he can still play. But our defense, the draft this year, we draft defense, defense linemen, a corner, a safety and all that stuff. These are our future down the road and all that stuff, which they're going to get their contract in a couple of years and all that stuff, Right. But yeah, I agree with you and all that stuff. Cheeto, how many years we got left with him?
This is it.
Him,
DJ Reader, Chad, T, and Joe are. Well, Joe actually, I tell you, Joe's not a free agent next year. He's got a 5th-year option. T's a free agent next year. DJ is. Cheeto is.
Yeah, I think Cheeto. This will be his last year as a Bengals. Let's hope we get that Super Bowl, and all that stuff with him. And T. Higgins, I think we will tag him if we don't figure out a contract. Let's face it. T. Higgins, before we draft Jamar Chase, T. Higgins was our number 1 guy.
Oh yeah.
And that was the plan. But Jamar Chase was right there, and you picked the best available option. And look at Jamar Chase; he proved that he's a number 1 receiver. We got 2 guys who are number 1 receiver. T. Higgins, if he go to other 31 team, he's number 1, no hands down and all that. So I think we will tag him if we don't figure out a contract with him and all that stuff. And like I said, we have that his agent is pretty hard to negotiate and all that stuff, and he. But T. Higgins gonna tell his agents like, hey, look, I want money, but I want to win a championship. So I will take less money, but still get still get money, but take less money because if T. Higgins had that mindset, like, you know what, I have a better chance to win the championship in Cincinnati, and I'm gonna stay here for a while.
What's the surprise about with Burrow's contract? Because I really thought once Sherbert. And I mean Herbert, but I was calling Sherbert. Once he signed and said, all right, this is who we got to beat. He signed, Hurts signed. All right, so we got to beat these guys. I thought pretty quickly after that they'd sign him. That's where I'm kind of like, all right, is it the guaranteed money that they're haggling over, or is, like Dave Lapham kind of said on Up and Adam, he said, maybe they should just give Joe always a percentage of the salary cap every year, whatever that percentage is, that's how much money he gets. Like what I'm just curious of what the holdup is, because they're going to sign him. I'm not worried about that. It's just really curious as that he hasn't signed yet. So that's where I don't know. That's where I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is the hold? Obviously there's something as a holdup. Is it the guaranteed money, or is he wanting them to get T signed and then him? I don't know.
Right. I think that's part of the route Joe Burrow want to go, because like I say, we can't lose T. It would suck.
Let's say this. Let's say worst case scenario. Say they tag T and we lose him. I hate this because they're not going to lose Jamar. They're going to sign Jamar. That one we know. Losing Jamar would be like losing Joe. They're not going to. Worst case scenario, they don't sign T. We tag him next year. We draft another wide receiver to replace him, and then we let him go make his money, which I would hate. But that could happen. I'm not, and I look at everything through orange-colored sunglasses. I'm a huge T. Higgins fan. I know his mom. I love his mom. She's awesome. He's a great player. I don't want him to leave, but there is part of me I'm kind of like, we had to sit with the reality that there is a possibility that T could go could play somewhere else. I don't think he's going to, but what the hell is taking so long?
It's hard to figure that out and all that stuff. So like I say, like during the season, there's still going to be talk, but not like a whole lot.
They won't talk. They won't talk contract during the season. I'd be shocked if the Bengals and Joe or T talk contract during the season because they didn't do it with Bates. They once the season started, they just all right, we're done. They don't usually don't negotiate because usually the players and the coaches want the player to just concentrate on the season. So
I agree, and I totally agree with you 100% and all that stuff. But look at Nick Bosa. No, I don't know. You know this. Nick Bosa have the same age as Joe Burrow. I've been watching ESPN and all that stuff, and Nick Bosa been holding out. But Joe, Joe Burrow's not going to hold out.
These people who think Joe Burrow jackpot is not playing because of his contract is just crazy. Yeah. This is driving jackpot Joey nuts. This dude loves to play football. He's not. He's the freaking quarterback. He knows he's going to get his money. Bosa is a defensive lineman. Their careers aren't as long. Joe's, as long as he doesn't get hurt or anything, is going to be a longer career. Bosa, even if he doesn't get hurt, it's not going to be as long. So he's got to get his maximum amount of money he can on his second contract. Joe's going to play for another 10, 15 years. So it's not the same thing. So these people are conspiracy theorists are like, well, maybe Joe should just hold up, see what life was like without me. Well, no, duh. They know you're freaking Joe Burrow. You took him to the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship game. You're the best quarterback, in my opinion, in the league. I know Patrick Mahomes is ranked number one, which you got to give him props. I understand he is right now, but that's going to change.
Right.
But they know how good Joe is. They know life would suck without him. So this whole motion that people are like, oh, maybe he's sitting out because that has nothing to do with it. That's just he's hurt.
No, he's hurt. He is hurt. Yeah, it's because that is your guy. That's right. Joe Bud. Joe Bud's might retire as a Bengals. I hope
to be honest, Mark, if this was during the season, Joe wouldn't even miss a game. I guarantee you.
No.
If this was during the season, Joe would not miss a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He will play through the pain and all that stuff, and that's being the greatness of a player. You fight through the pain and all that stuff, But it's just training camp. But we wish we have him out there because he not have a full training camp that he's there, planting every snap and all that. But what if we have a full training camp? This guy could be dynamic, probably like a Peyton Manning and Tom Brady kind of stuff, and he will be up there someday with Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, all them guys, and Drew Brees and all that stuff. He's there right now, but this kid. I watched him play down state championship down Columbus. This kid is good and all that stuff. Then play, blonde hair. Then he played for LSU, and this guy is just he's definitely, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, after his career over, all that stuff. But, hopefully he win about 3 Super Bowl with us and all that. That'd be amazing, that stuff. But let's get that first one, stuff. But this guy is going to be because all the old quarterbacks gone. Now we got all these new young bloods guys, and all that stuff. And I think Joe Burrow will be the number one quarterback in the NFL. He's going to be the face of the NFL. He's going to take Patrick Malone place and all that stuff. He's going to be the face of the NFL, all that stuff. This kid is
one thing. Next year, all Bengals fans, including you, Mark, you got to do me a favor. I think we jinx him. You can't say, well, this will be the first time he's had a fully healthy training camp. Nobody say that ever. I don't want anybody saying that because every time we say it, he gets hurt. So don't say that next year.
I know exactly. Because trust me, I was just sitting at home on Facebook and I see people say,
I know, you're blowing me up.
I know, I was texting you. I was texting 2 people for the Bengals, like, what's the status? What's going on? Did he get cramped? Did he hurt it? It wasn't his knee. It wasn't his Achilles. Thank God it wasn't his Achilles. Then we won't even see him, till next season. But no, I saw the video. It was a calf. And you see that the trainers, they didn't rush over there very quick. And they knew, it was a calf injury and all that stuff. So, but But hey, that's one thing I'm looking forward to tomorrow: a backup quarterback. Who will be that second string quarterback? It's like, who you think, Strawberry,
honestly,
that
right
who
now-
will be the second string?
Right now, Jake Browning has outplayed Trevor Siemian, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I still think Trevor Siemian is going to be your backup quarterback because he's got 30 starts under his belt, and Jake Browning.
Right, exactly. And I think that's the reason why. But hey, let's see tomorrow, and let's see these two other games we play. Who's going to be that guy? Because them guys, if this is a time to shine, because like you say, Joe Bud's not going to play no preseason, which that's okay. These guys need to step up. Like, who will be our second string quarterback? All that stuff.
I mean,
and
honestly,
I'm looking.
Neither one looked all that great yesterday, to be honest.
Right. Well, we can't tell because I think the Bengals they
I was
should
watching
have
the videos of James Rapine and all that stuff. We couldn't see crap from where we were at.
Well, yeah. Well, I hope the Bengals next year they flip back and forth. Like, okay, offense be close to the fans and all that stuff. Right. Exactly. I even asked the fans like, hey, how's our offense do? I can barely even see what's going on over there and all that stuff.
I'm like, I like to see the offense at least once against the Packers. Well, we will tomorrow. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mark, I appreciate it, man. You've been on for 30 minutes. This is awesome. I will see you tomorrow night. Tell everybody where they can follow you on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're at.
Facebook, Twitter, you have Snapchat, I'm on. I get on, I do a lot of stuff, post on Facebook, but Twitter or X, whatever they call it these days, I'm going to try to post a lot more on there and all that stuff, and you want to add me on Snapchat. But tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it. What time you get down to the stadium?
I'm leaving here about 5 o'clock, so I'll be down there like 5:15.
Oh, geez, what's on tailgate at 3 o'clock? Come on now.
I got to go to work Saturday, so I can't go full force.
True.
I gotta go to work. I gotta be somewhat responsible. It's preseason, man. So I'll come join you. You'll already be in third down mode. I can tell.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll be third down, but I'll cool down a little bit because I gotta wait till when we play Baltimore, then I'll go crazy like a maniac and all that stuff. But no, like and anybody coming down want to tailgate, we'll be at lot 1 with the Bengal Bomb Squad. Because Bengal Bomb Squad West, we don't do tailgate during the preseason, so come down lot 1. Then after that, I know Bengal Gym, they're doing tailgate. And then I think Bengal Trailer's doing tailgate too, so I'm gonna go visit. So, but anybody want to tailgate, come down lot 1 or Longwood Hall people. Longwood Hall, I think there'll be some tailgate people, but not like a normal game day and all that stuff.
That's where Bomb Squad West will be at, so that's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be at during the regular season and all that stuff. Preseason we don't and all that stuff. So come on down.
Bomb Squad West not gonna be there tomorrow.
No, we don't do that. We don't do the preseason. We just tailgate with the Bengal Bomb Squad. But during the Baltimore Week 2 game, we'll be at Longwood Hall at 7 o'clock.
You guys be down at 3 o'clock. You'll be down at Bomb Squad then.
Yeah, lot 1. We'll be down lot 1 and all that stuff. So it's right by Longwood Hall and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I kind of know where that is. I kind of been there a couple of times.
Oh yeah, it's right beside and all that stuff. But I'm looking forward to Jeff. It's gonna be amazing just be at the jungle, seeing everybody again and all that stuff. And like I say, we're gonna be keep an eye on safeties, running backs, quarterbacks, and tight end is Smith's gonna play a lot. What do you think?
I don't think any of the starters are going to play, to be honest.
Okay, well, Drew Sample, he need to get some snap out there.
I hope he goes off and Dale would just be miserable.
Yeah.
Dale can't stand Drew Sample.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Drew Sample because we did draft in the second round. You can block, but dude, we need you to catch some. We need you to make big plays and all that stuff. Help us out on offense. But it's going to be amazing time. I'm looking forward. I can't wait to see you tomorrow and all that stuff. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely, dude. All right, brother. See you tomorrow. Who day?
Yep. Who day, baby?
All right. There you go. As always, I enjoy my buddy Mark. Third down guy. He's a nut. He's a huge Bengals fan. Like I said, trust me, you're going to see his big ass on the Jumbotron. He's going to be up there swinging his towel like he always does. So he's a great dude. Come down to Bomb Squad, hang out with us, go to Bengal Gym. I think Bengal Gym's going to have a tailgate. I'm assuming he is. Trailer, all these guys. Like I said, just get your walking shoes on and go around to the different tailgates and hang out with all of us. We have an absolute blast. tailgating in Cincinnati is by far one of the best experiences in the NFL. All right, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And of course, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Who Dey Nation, Who Dey Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ice Bar, the Ohio State Bucknuts. And then you follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Turnipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Threads is sports_with_ice. Strawberry _ice. I mess it up every time. It's on Threads. Check it out. I will be pulling off the Saturday later on tonight, putting on the podcast on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, you guys are freaking awesome. 2,319 subscribers. Seriously, I have over 2,000 views on yesterday's video, which is awesome. So if you watched the video yesterday, I would love you guys to watch the show every day. I do it every single day. I have, well, not every single day, Monday through Friday. I have great guests on here, and I have so much fun doing it. So do me a favor. If you're watching this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, get over to YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Twitter, get over to YouTube, subscribe to Sports Strawberry Ice. I'd appreciate it. Other than that, I cannot wait. There's no show tomorrow, obviously, because I will be down at the Bengals game. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you Monday. Got a great guest coming at you Monday. That's just sports, baby. See ya!